You are listening to Titletown Takes, your home for the latest and greatest in all things college and Boston sports.
Charging forward, looking to center this one. Shot, they score! Merrimack gets the response. Courtney Maud with her second on the weekend.
Listen to hosts Ian Beauchesne, Connor Powell, and Cameron Urbowicz for plenty of fun, vibes, and most importantly, hot takes. On today's show, we welcome friend of the program and Merrimack Sports Information Director, Will Leblond, to talk life as an SID during quarantine, the upcoming Merrimack hockey schedule, and his favorite places to go at home. The fellas bring you their thoughts on their most recent electrifying golf match, the latest with the NHL and MLB, and finally, the most anticipated bag of fun question of the quarantine.
It's time for the bag of fun, bag of fun. Everybody's ready for the bag of fun question of the quarantine. Ian, what do we got?
To listen, be sure to look us up on your favorite listening platform, like Spotify or Apple Music. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on Twitter, at Titletown_Takes.
All right. Titletown Takes back on the air, episode 29. Episode 29. Ian Beauchesne, back in the homestead, back in Lawrence.
L-Town, baby.
L-Town, you're right. Joined alongside, as always, Cameron Urbowicz and Connor Powell. Let's check in with the fellas and see how we're doing. Cameron, we'll head over to you first tonight. How we doing, bud?
I'm doing all right. I mean, as well as it can be considered still, you know. I feel like I give the same answer every friggin' week. So, I made dinner tonight. That was cool. Made some chicken. Tasted really good. Chicken mashed potatoes.
Wife you up, Wickers. Wife you up.
Clearly. Hey, my DMs are open on Twitter. You can find me at Cameron32 on Twitter.
Quick plug.
I did that. I figured out all my music on MLB The Show, so now I just got to go through and assign it to everybody, which is going to be a massive pain in the butt.
Cam,
but that'll be fine.
Any true fan of the show should already know your Twitter handle because it's posted in every show description.
Every single description on YouTube.
Sometimes you got to give them a little bit of a verbal reminder. People don't leave the friggin' description.
It's true.
But that's how I've been doing. Connor, how about you, pal?
Boys, what's up? How are we? I am, pretty good. Kind of the same thing with you, Cameron. It's like, I feel like, we went from phase 1 to phase 2 this week. We're recording on, what is it, Tuesday today?
The 9th.
June 9th, yep.
Nice.
And I just feel like nothing's happened. Like not a ton has happened since the last time we talked, which was about a week ago here now. So
that one was
a week ago.
That was at my homestead in Hyde Park, baby. But yeah, it's just good to be talking to you guys once again. Beauchesne, how are you?
We're doing all right.
You got a different backdrop here.
After all your technical difficulties.
Yeah, a little bit of a different setup. As you can tell, not the usual backdrop that I've had the last 2.5, 3 months as far as episodes are concerned. As I said, back home in Lawrence. So utilizing some spare space that we have here at the household. So, I hope people like the old 1960s, 1970s wallpaper. But, threw up some stuff to kind of maybe take people's eyes off of that, so there's some stuff.
Speaking of Lawrence, do we want to –
shout out to our friends up north.
Speaking of Lawrence, do we want to plug our interview here?
Yeah, perfect segue. We got good friend of the pod, good friend of ours, one of the sports information directors at Merrimack College, Will Leblond, will be joining us later on in the episode. We had a lot of fun talking to him just about,
anything and everything.
Anything and everything. We I'm trying to think. We talked what his life was like from pushing out content to pushing out too much content to the fact of where he had to slow down and take it one day at a time and not try to roll things out as quickly as possible. Talk some of his favorite watering holes, places he likes to travel to.
We'll
stuff.
spare you the
Yeah.
suspense here.
Yeah.
We'll tune into the interview. That's all I'll say.
But fellas, the last time we were together, all of us,
Relatively recently, boys.
last week, big guy, we were hitting the links.
Yet
Mr.
again.
Mr. Wickers picked up and swung some clubs for the first time in a couple of years. Cam,
Yeah.
what are your self takeaways from that?
I swing it a lot better than I remember, but
Well, yeah, dude.
I need to know when I don't need to do a full swing on certain shots.
That is
Because
a
I
learning
had
curve.
I had a couple of great shots when I hit it out with all my power, and then I had a layup shot that would have been great, but I put it about 20 to 30 feet over where it needed to be.
Well, my favorite part to that point, Cameron, is there's a par 3. We're all hitting pitching wedge, and Cameron goes,
I'm gonna go hybrid
He
off.
pulls out his hybrid.
I'm gonna go hybrid off the box.
Hey,
Sculled it into the water.
it's all right.
No, but
On the edge of the water, I was able to fish it out, so I didn't
True.
lose a stroke.
I got our scores here, boys, on hand, which we'll talk a little bit more about this and how we got to these end scores once I read them off here. So it was me, Ian, Cameron, and my brother Derek out there
Shout
in the
out,
links.
Derek.
Shout out, Derek. In first place was my brother Derek. He's a golfer, so he golfs a lot with a score of a 45 on 9 holes. In second place would be Mr. Beauchesne with a 49.
Woohoo!
In third place, right behind Ian, myself, Connor Powell, shot a 50. And then rounding out the rear would be the Wick Man, shooting a 60. So, but Ian, let's talk about the conclusion to this match because it came down to the wire.
Let's talk about 8.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
so.
Let's
all
not
right.
talk about 8.
So 8, right? So we'd come off a 7. 7 was the par 3. No, 7 was a par 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was that dog leg left.
Yep. You shot
I
a 6. I shot a 5.
Yeah.
So I was up
So
1 at that point.
You were up 1 at that point. So Connor, because he obviously, for anybody that doesn't follow the game of golf, the better scores get the privilege of shooting first on the
Next hole.
on the next hole. So Connor's brother Derek steps up and he pipes one right down the middle. I'd say probably about 250, 275.
It's a great shot.
He smoked that thing. And then Connor steps up. And I turned to his brother Derek right before, and I said,
Questionably, almost in the backswing at this point.
No. I know well enough not to speak in someone's backswing. Come on now. But anyways, I had turned to his brother, and I said, that bunker's calling Connor's name. And
Asshole.
wouldn't you know it? Where does Mr. Powell put his drive? Right in the big bunker on the right-hand side of the fairway.
Yeah, but what people aren't talking about was my heroic shot out of the bunker. That because like the bunker was on like a hill, so and it was like what would you say 150, 200 yards still from the hole.
Oh, closer to like 225.
So instead of using a sand or a pitch, I used I think it was a 7-iron, and I just cranked it out of there. Heroic shot still. But after Ian chirped me, said,
I had
"Hey,
a terrible tee shot.
your shot was almost worse than mine. It's just you ended
I
up
barely made
somewhat
it past
straight
the
away."
ladies' tee.
But so me and Ian, our second shots ended up pretty much in the same spot, like 10 feet from each other.
Yeah. Social
And
distance
then-
shots.
So
we were good.
social distancing. And from there on out, Ian, after his second shot, got his back on the fairway, onto the green, putted, boom. Connor hit his third shot about 10 feet, and then his fourth shot to the opposite side, over the fairway, onto the other bunker, and then off the bunker onto the green, 2-putt. I got an 8. 8 on a par 4, 5.
You got an 8 on 8.
8 on 8.
That.
Which, being up 1, I was then down 2 going to the last hole. And I was like, all right, we'll get like a par 4, maybe par 5. Ian could shank one. We'll be okay. There was like a 115-yard par 3. Ian just, boom, chip on, 3.
A soft pitch and wedge. That's what it was. So I knew that all I had to do was put it reasonably close to the green, and I put it, like 4 or 5 feet from the edge of the green?
Yep. And you needed to make a putt? Because I put myself in a situation. I put myself in a situation to where I could have maybe tied you if you didn't make the putt, but you would have had the 2-putt and just banked it in. So that was our golf match. It was actually a really good match. If we had a social media guy, we would have brought him with us. But we enjoyed our time with one another.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, it was an entertaining round. Good golf course.
Stopped at Chick-fil-A after, too. A little post-match meal.
Post-game meal was delicious. Yeah, a little lemonade action. It was a good day, boys. It was a good day. It was nice. It was hot, but it wasn't too hot out on the golf course.
We got lucky, though. We got lucky we got to ride the carts because
golf carts
we were
huge.
Walking. Oh, fellas. Woo!
Yeah, no, it would have been a disaster.
Long day.
Yep.
Then there was me just running across the course.
Yes.
Yeah. Mad, man.
Yeah.
Yep, that was golf tournament number 2. I'm sure we'll be back out there again. Maybe we'll make a video one of these times.
That's not a bad idea.
Get
like
it on
a
the
GoPro
channel
or something and just strap it along and people take videos and stuff during it.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
We could do that.
So put out some content.
Yeah, maybe next time we'll do that.
May have to.
Yep.
Maybe,
so there we go.
Know what we do, right? We got the 3 of us, and then your brother Dylan is into photography and videography as well, right? We can maybe
maybe he could be our little recording
hire him and see, if he can, So we got an idea there, yeah.
Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned.
Put that one in the bank. Mm-hmm. But another good finish for me on the golf course. I finished ahead of Connor, so I can't ever complain when I finish ahead of Connor.
I'll get there one of these days. Watch out.
Hey, even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while.
Damn straight. One of these days, Wickes is going to hit like 40 on the front 9. And
one of these days, Wickes is going to hit a hole-in-one.
Yeah, you know it.
I wish, man. That'd be sick.
Anyway, do we want to send it to our interview here?
Yeah, now is a good time. Don't we chatted for a while. It's a bit of a lengthy interview, but yeah. But without any further ado, we're going to send it over to the one of the fine sports information directors from Merrimack College, Will Leblond. We'll be back here on Titletown Takes right after this. All right, today's guest is a great friend of all of us here at the show. Great guy to work alongside. Native of Maine, currently resides in Lawrence, Massachusetts, my territory.
L-Town.
L-Town.
Yeah.
Get it right.
Spent some time up in Hamilton, New York with Colgate, working alongside the women's hockey team, tennis, track and field, cross country, and the swimming and diving programs. He also served as the play-by-play broadcaster for the Patriot League Network for Colgate soccer, field hockey, and volleyball. Prior to that, he spent some time in Ithaca, New York with WPIE Radio and the Ivy League Network, and also served as the play-by-play voice for Cornell wrestling, women's hockey, as well as high school soccer, hockey, and lacrosse. He's a graduate from Ithaca College with a degree in journalism. It's a great pleasure for us to welcome to the Titletown Takes podcast from Merrimack College, Mr. Will Leblond. Will, thanks for joining us.
Ian, thanks. If I knew you were going to read my bio straight up, I would have put like something a little wonky in there.
Hey.
Yeah, right. You got the power. You could add some stuff.
You could have.
Every time it's the bio. Every time.
Oh,
Well,
was
hey,
well written out. But
it
thanks.
works.
Hey,
It
he didn't
works.
bring up how he didn't bring out how he didn't bring up that you made him feel old, so that's always a positive.
That's a plus for
Yeah.
you.
When did you make me feel old? When was this?
No,
No,
like,
it's just
no.
so every time
Oh,
we
it's
have
happened
a guest
before?
on, so like SB was on and he went through the whole his whole career.
You just
Scott
read
was
the
like,
entire
man,
thing
you made
for
me feel real
Scott.
old.
No. I went through his playing days, where he spent time coaching and this and that. Got
His
to
whole career.
Yeah.
Got to inform guests of where people are coming from.
Okay.
Good. I love it.
Proper podcasting host.
I love it.
Ideal.
I'm down. SB's a funny guy. I'm sure he was going with it for sure.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, it was great to have him on. It was a lot of fun. So, But what have you been doing? I mean, life as a sports information director, it's certainly a lot different now than what it usually is when schools are in session and there are athletic events to attend.
Yeah, it's tough when there are no sports, but Mike Sullivan, my boss, he's given me like a bunch of stuff to do. And truth be told, first 2 weeks I came in way too hot. Was doing way too much of it. He gave us this big packet. I was absolutely crushing it. And then I saw what else I had left, and I was like, well, I got to make this stretch for a few months now. So pump the brakes. But, no, it's been good. Just trying to find, content to put up to keep people entertained. I know with men's hockey today on Thursday, we put up the first video with the 3 4-year seniors. We had a chat with them, which was good. We'll have another one coming up next week with some of the returners, and then we have an alumni call in a couple weeks. So just some stuff to put up. Charlie Bertrand got drafted into the MLL.
Guest of the pod.
Yeah, Chucky Brightlights is.
Bright Lights, you're right.
I stole your nickname. I'm trying to make some variations of, but Chucky Brightlights is just too good.
Yeah, that's great.
It's beautiful. We've been
works.
trying to get him some interviews. He's got a nice mustache right now. It's looking great.
Nice.
Oh, so
obviously.
he must have been working on it the last couple of weeks since we.
He didn't have that when we had him.
No.
No. Well, there's
in the trial stage.
I think so. There's the Syracuse news outlet that did a piece on him, and he's got just a beautiful duster right above the lip.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Nice.
What a guy.
But yeah, just killing time. Watching a lot of reality TV, a lot of trashy reality TV.
Anything good? What do you got?
Yeah,
What do
what
you
do we
got?
got?
Oh, everything's good. Any drama in my life? Well, the girlfriend and I, 90 Day Fiance. That's every Sunday night. What's the Jordan doc called? It's
Last
Dance.
It's been a problem because Last Dance starts at 9 on Sundays. 90 Day
Conflict of
Fiance is at
interest.
8. You'd think it'd be a conflict of interest, but 90 Day Fiance is that good. We watch 90 Day Fiance, and then we catch up on Last Dance throughout the week. We have that. Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. Have you guys seen that?
No.
Oh, unreal. I won't spoil it, but it's pretty incredible. And Love is Blind. We tried to watch another dating reality show. Not that great. And now watch a little RuPaul's Drag Race. I've never seen it before. We've been checking it out. It's been
Okay.
good.
Oh wow.
It's a little
Okay.
different.
Anything and everything over there.
Absolutely.
What's the favorite of them all? I mean, 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance is not even close. The discover part of your Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like the little magnifying glass or whatever. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
90 Day Fiance memes for me now.
Oh boy.
I'm too in deep, boys.
You're
It's
addicted.
unbelievable. I'm into it. The drama is just too good. It's just, oh my gosh. It's just some problematic people on this show, and it's fantastic to watch their lives.
Especially now, right? You're sitting at home. I mean, at least for us, we're all waking up at we're getting out of bed at 1 in the afternoon. We're
Well, speak for
the
yourself.
boringest
Come on.
lives. Boringest. Oh,
Jeez.
don't act like you're not sleeping
Yeah,
until
come on.
12. Come on.
Okay, I'm sleeping till mid morning.
Yeah, come on.
And I got up 11ish.
Right, it's not
11:45
morning?
today. 11:45.
That's late. We're all waking up late. We're all living boring lives. So stuff like that, shows like that, spice your life up a little bit, even though it's not your life. I
Oh,
mean, come on.
you got up at 11:45 this morning, Cam?
Yeah, because I had a class, so I had to go do that at 12.
That's the only reason why he was up that early. Otherwise, he probably would have kept sleeping.
Well, what time are you guys getting to bed? 3 in the morning?
4 a.m.
Yeah.
I'll end up
Lord.
falling asleep 2, 3 a.m. Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, to be in college again. Will.
Well,
Come on. Well, not for
I'm
much
not
longer,
there.
boys.
Well, my buddies always want to play video games super late. Not these two, but my other guys want to play games super late, and they're like, "Oh, let's do all this other stuff," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll just stay up."
What's
yeah,
the
see
game
that-
right now, Cam? What are you guys playing?
Call of Duty.
We play
We're
a lot
killing
of Warzone, yeah.
Warzone.
Yeah.
Warzone's
Yeah.
been hot in the streets, man.
And then we'll
You-
just
Can you-
watch old wrestling and stuff like that. That's also what we do to pass the time.
Oh, full throwback WWE. I used to be
Yeah.
deep into it back in the day.
We were watching some shows from '01 last night. It was like, damn.
Oh, wow. That's
Oh,
old
man.
school.
That's like Rock Stone Cold era right there.
Yeah.
That's what
Well,
it's all about.
are you on the controllers at all?
Kind of. I'm not usually, but we've got
Called the sticks, Ian.
the sticks. Yeah,
Whatever.
on the sticks. Been on the PS4 playing a little
Nice.
NHL. I haven't bought a new NHL game in years. It's NHL.
Oh,
7.
well, I'll give you the hands anytime. Except you
got
got
PS4.
PS4.
NHL 17's a good game, though.
It's a decent
Remember,
game.
right?
But we were talking the other night, like, how much is a new like video game these days? Like 70 bones.
60.
Like,
60.
$60, yeah.
Come on, I'm not dropping
Yeah.
that.
Don't need it that bad.
NHL 17 that had
Tarasenko.
Tarasenko on the cover.
Tarasenko, yeah.
Correct. Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Big brains they grew at Merrimack College. Will.
I was
Unbelievable.
playing NHL 06 last night.
Oh,
There's a
Wow.
throwback game. That game still holds up.
That
It's like
wasn't.
06
was that
and
Dion
14.
Phaneuf or no? That was 09.
That's
Le Cavalier.
Le Cavalier.
Jeez.
I used to be world renowned at Bro 9, as they call it.
Nice.
Bro,
NHL 09, Bro 9.
Yeah,
there you go.
That was the highlight of Dion Phaneuf's career, was getting on that
On the
cover.
cover. Well, it wasn't. His
What a
name.
weird. He's probably like the worst cover athlete ever.
Oh, I know.
Would you guys agree with that?
Peyton Hillis.
Yeah, Peyton.
Peyton-
yeah, I was
oh,
gonna say
Peyton
Hillis
Hillis.
up there.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
Will, how was the transition in Merrimack this year? I mean, it was really weird, kind of how the sports information department kind of transitioned from last year at D2. They kind of cleaned house almost with all the SIDs and brought in a bunch of new guys, you, Gabby, Nick, and that whole crew. You know, how was that whole transition for you and Gabby and all you guys to kind of, I mean, you guys were really just kind of thrown in the fire in that regard.
Well, I was probably the most thrown in the fire. No, actually, Gabby was, I would say. But I came along in early November. So hockey
Yeah.
season already been going for a month. And for me, it's weird. At Colgate, I was the youngest guy, and I was like the intern. And then I go to Merrimack, and I'm one of the full-time guys. I'm like the second oldest guy in the whole athletic communications department.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's wild. And like people are asking me for stuff now, and I'm like, I don't know, man. So you have to learn pretty quick. But it's been pretty good. Our team's been pretty solid, basketball especially, and men's soccer. They had some really good first years in D1. It's a lot easier doing our job when they're winning, so that's
Right.
helpful. But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's a cool community. I'm starting to, I guess, get to know the feel of the campus. I like how tight knit it is. I kind of like the little bit smaller campus. Like, how many is it? 4,000, 3,500
Around
Yeah,
that,
roughly.
Around that.
Yeah, I mean, I like that size. You get to work some good athletes. Like the hockey players are all great. Work the lax guys; they were great. Coaching staff's a lot of fun. So, it's been fun. It's been good. Couldn't have expected this to happen. This has been absolutely bizarre. But it's just been a good time, and I don't know, just trying to find stuff to do really right now.
Talk about your first impressions of the boys here in the press box. I mean, you said, you're a month into hockey season. We're well on our way. Talk about your first impressions getting up there and seeing all of us do what we do.
What a squad. I mean, I feel like I can take a nap on game day. It's fantastic. At Colgate, I was like doing like six jobs on a game day. And then I come here and you guys like, yeah, we got it. Yeah, we got it. I'm like, all right, geez. Like, so I set it up and then pretty much watch you guys rock. It's been incredible. Like, I usually play a lot more of a role in the stats. Connor's all over it with my boy Rourke. It's unbelievable.
Rourke's my dude. We got to get him on the pod.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
this guy's beautiful. He's great. Cam's pumping the good tunes. Beauchesne's
Of
always
course.
got the good PA. No, it's been really easy. You guys been a great squad, and hopefully we can keep some of you guys local when the real world comes
Yeah,
up.
that was kind of the talk. I mean, I know it's not up to you, but especially for like Connor and Cam, where those jobs were almost like student based, they were just solely offered out to like the students on campus. We've talked about that before, not necessarily on the pod, but just like in general, when we get together to have conversations, it's like, I wonder what they're going to do moving forward. How do things handle it? And I mean, I guess the biggest question right now is going to be, is there going to be a college hockey season? And if so, what's it going to look like? And how is everything around it going to be handled?
I think there definitely will be one. I don't see it with fans necessarily, or it depends on which state you go to. Just being from Maine, I know Maine has been opening up their state borders, or not borders, but they've opened up businesses a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I could see fans in the Alphon next year just based off of that. I don't know about Massachusetts. Just I don't. It's so like fluid with all this COVID stuff. You don't know what's going on, but
We just got golf courses today.
Yeah, I was going to say
so.
Massachusetts
Yeah.
just opened up golf today. It's like, every other state around New England has had them open for the last couple of weeks. And, as Mass residents I know I am. And I know Cam's dad's a big golfer too. We're all sitting here like, okay, come on, Governor Baker, when the hell are you going to open up golf courses here? I mean, it's probably the safest
My dad
sport
puts in
and
his
activity to
basement.
play right now.
My dad puts in the basement. He's so bored.
Hey, gotta get your shots up whenever you can.
Yeah.
it's true. I could see. I think college hockey season will go on though, Ian, as scheduled. Just fans. It depends on which state you're in. I could see college football season being moved to the spring. To be very honest.
That's interesting.
Well, I mean, hockey is a revenue sport, but football is
Football more so, especially down the south.
Oh yeah, I mean, so many schools are so reliant on their football revenue. Like you look at the SEC, I think that'll be very important. Merrimack isn't really affected by their football revenue. Like it's nice what they bring in, but what we've been hearing from Jeremy Gibson, our AD, is that Merrimack is tuition driven. As long as the kids are still coming, we'll be fine. It would suck to potentially lose some ticket sales for men's hockey. We'll see what happens there. But I don't think anybody really knows right now what's going to happen.
The worst part, right?
Yeah. In terms of fans, I think there will be a season. I just don't know what's going to be the deal with fans. We'll see what happens there.
We had Mike McMahon on the other day in our most recent episode. We were talking about LIU joining up on the D1 level, then just dropping a bomb saying, "Hey, look, we're announcing ourselves at the D1 level.
We're here."
Potentially Navy as well, moving up from that club level and joining Atlantic Hockey. It seems like the most logical fit. We already have the other two service academies in there as well. So it's, you talk about there being a college hockey season, more than likely the bigger question is what's it going to mean for two programs like that trying to, just move up onto the D1 level as well. So.
Well, with LIU, I've been following along with McMahon. Did you ask him, by the way, how he gets every single scoop?
No, with his in at College Hockey News, CHN, that's
everything college hockey he knows.
It's ridiculous. He keeps on every week he'll release another series for the men's hockey schedule. I'm like, who's telling you this? I have this info, but I assume SB is just feeding him this info.
We have that info too.
There you go.
Friend of the pod. So it helps out.
No, it was funny. He was talking.
We got fed through McMahon.
Well, he must get it from Scott. That's unbelievable.
He was saying he has Scott on a podcast himself, and I guess Scott's just been so bored. He's been like, we can have you on. I'll tell you the captains for next year. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you that. So SB's just feeding him information.
Unbelievable. Well, we'll still do a release, I guess, with everything, but yeah.
SB must be losing his mind in his house right now. I mean, we've had him on too, and it's his big thing is getting out recruiting, moving after this one, moving after that one. I mean, for a guy like that, he's got to be starting to go stir crazy or well past it at this point.
Well, I'm sure when you read his bio, I guess his kids are a little bit older, but he has 8 kids?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, could
6,
you imagine?
7, something like that, I think.
I think they're older. I know he has one that plays lacrosse at Providence. But could you imagine just having that full of a house right now?
10 people in your home?
Oh, my goodness. That'd be –
max capacity, Connor.
Yeah, that's true. We're getting – no friends over the Boric household because it's straight up illegal.
That's been Connor's big thing during all this, Will. It's all right, how many we did a live stream for our draft coverage a couple of weeks ago when they had the NFL draft, and we were watching the feeds on ESPN, and Connor would be there sitting going, all right, there's 6, 7, 8. All right, they're good. And then there would be other ones.
You got to take it seriously, man.
Yeah, you'd see.
Not going to get through this.
They're over the limit. They're over the limit.
Yeah, there was people.
One house had like 30 people in it. I don't know who it was.
Ridiculous.
It was like there were 7 people in the room, but there was like a glass window or a glass door behind it, and you looked through it, and there were like 20 people.
There was
Crazy.
people having like a straight up rager 3 houses down from me the other night. Ridiculous.
That's no good.
Yeah, no good.
What cracked me up at the NFL draft, a few things when we were watching it. One, you could tell there were a few people that rent out Airbnbs for it.
Yeah.
Some of the houses, like, there was no, like, photos or, like, anything.
Yeah,
It was
didn't
all
seem like
staged.
It didn't seem like it was their home. Yeah. That, the story everyone was talking about, like the girlfriends trying to get the shine. That was hilarious.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
That was unbelievable. And then Goodell was, like, taking a nap.
He was hammered. Guy was
Well, he
hammered.
went from like really nice sweater vest to T-shirt to just sitting in his chair and just saying names.
Yeah, I love the idea that he got wine drunk. That I just love that picture in my brain.
Well, I also love the fans in the back, whatever.
Yeah, every
He would,
time
like,
you
play
go,
it up.
yeah, come on.
Well, he was like, oh, boo me, boo me. Like, you know, the NFL vetted all those fans to make sure they wouldn't boo him. Like, if it was a real set of Philly fans on a Zoom call,
Oh,
it would
man.
Oh, you would have gotten ripped.
disgusting.
He just got
Oh.
expletives.
So, Will, did
Oh.
you get a chance to sit down and watch Tiger King on Netflix? A lot of people that we've had on here have said that they've found ways to sit down and watch Tiger King.
We smashed it in a day. Absolutely.
Jay.
Oh, we crushed it. Maybe over a day. I mean, it's unbelievable. They need to come out with more. The deputy over in Florida, I think that's an attention grab. I don't think it's going to do anything. Reopening the Carol Baskin murder case, that's not going to do anything.
What are your thoughts on the Carol Baskin case? Did she
Nick
do
Cage
it?
is going to be starring in a movie, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I
I
saw
could see
that.
it. Nick Cage. I mean, she did it, obviously. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I've heard anyone say they think she didn't do it. I mean,
Very true.
the evidence is so poorly, stacked against her. I don't know how she even got away with it in the first place. It blows my mind. But what was the thing Joe Exotic was talking about? There's like some where his bones are stored. Remember that thing? It's like underground.
Oh, yeah, it's like a almost like a sewer tank or something like that.
Yeah,
a
something
water
like
well
that.
or something.
He's been
Yeah.
saying, like, dig that up. Like, I don't know what that's going to do, but no, I love it. It was super entertaining.
Well, I mean, come on. If she was smart, she would have put him in the meat grinder and
Just
then
feed
fed
him to the tigers. Yeah.
Well,
She even said, if you want to get a tiger's attention, put sardine oil or something on your shoes or your hand or whatever. Come on.
what makes me think she's guilty is that when you ask her about murdering her husband, she, like, her facial expressions, like, don't even change. She's just like, do you really think I murdered my husband? Like, she's answered so many times. She's no, like, remorse for her husband dying. She's just like, I didn't do it. It's like, aren't you sad your husband died?
Was me.
And yeah, he was going to divorce her anyway. I don't know.
Oh, boy. Yeah,
Maybe that's what put her over the edge.
At least,
Definitely.
speaking of like divorces and stuff, how about Earl Thomas?
Oh, man.
Oh
yeah,
man,
that was
Yeah.
crazy.
what a crazy!
Did
what
you
a
see his
crazy
response?
story that was. Yeah, he's like, yeah, this is
Yeah, it
just the
happens.
stuff. Yeah, this happens. Like, no, Earl, this doesn't happen. What are you talking
Normal
about?
human
my guy?
beings, no.
Well, didn't they catch him, like, didn't he have a gun in his hand? She had a knife in her hand, like, at their house or something
He
like
had
that.
a
Isn't what the
gun
cops
to his
saying?
head with the safety off and a
Jeez.
round in the gun. And she's like, oh, I didn't know that. She's like, oh, I didn't know there was a round in there. I'm like, you probably did. What do you
It's
mean?
also a gun.
It's also a gun.
Yeah.
Yes. Always treat a gun as is it loaded. Has no one
Yeah.
ever taken a dare class?
Come on.
Very true.
Oh, man.
Very true.
Well, did McMahon did he scoop you with the where we're going next year? Did he tell you in advance? Well, you guys already know, I guess.
Well, Scott
He,
told us some, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did he tell you? Like, which trips did he tell you about?
Penn State to open
Uh-huh.
the year.
Mhm.
Colgate's coming down.
No,
we're going
Sorry,
now.
they're going
Colgate.
there. Sorry,
Yeah.
next year. Yeah. Miami, Ohio's coming in for the Turkey Leg Classic.
The esteemed.
Yes.
Yeah. The Brotherhood.
He tipped Bemidji coming, but then McMahon told us that now Bemidji isn't coming.
Oh, I thought they were coming.
Yeah. No, McMahon said that Bemidji's looking into possibly trying to
Save some dough.
save some dough on travel, so they're not going to travel as far.
That's fair.
So McMahon said that there was a big question mark trying to fill the second hole.
Maybe LIU.
I was gonna say, what are they, the Dolphins? Bring the
Sharks.
The Sharks. Bring the Sharks. Bring them.
Yeah. Or Navy. Bring Navy up.
I want to play ASU or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
ASU, UAA.
He mentioned, Clarkson is going to be coming on the schedule. Dartmouth, there's a trip up there right before exams. He said.
Have you guys been to Clarkson before?
No.
Whole baby. That.
Our big thing is,
That
and
is
I'm trying to get scoops from Gabby on whether or not she knows the women's schedule, because if there's no women's game that weekend that the men are opening up at Penn State, roadie for the fellas.
We're driving down.
Going to Happy Valley? Unbelievable.
Hockey Valley?
It's their whiteout because the football team has their bye week, so they're doing the whiteout at the rink that game.
Well, that's unfortunate that football's not playing. That would have been a good
sick.
time.
That would have been an electric weekend.
It's crazy with these Big Ten schools. When I was working at Colgate, we went to Ohio State for women's hockey, and they had like a conference game football. Our game was at 3. I think their game was at like 1 or something like that. We had to leave the hotel like an hour earlier than we normally would, and we're only like 10 miles from the arena because there is 150,000 people walking the streets of Columbus. It's crazy.
Well, McMahon was telling us a story the other day when we had him on about how in 2006 when he was with the team, they went out to Michigan to play out there. They played a Sunday afternoon game at Michigan, and they went to a Penn State-Michigan game, but they were having dinner at one of the guys' houses in Livonia, home at TI. Mm-hmm. And they went to the Michigan-Penn State game, but left after the third quarter, and Michigan ended up winning on the final play of the game with a touchdown. And he's like, we didn't even get to see the game. We didn't even get to see the finish of it because we had to go to dinner. And then we got pumped like 8-2 the next day at Michigan.
Yeah, that was pre-2010 Merrimack for you, though.
I've been lucky enough to go to a Big Ten football game, and it was a 8 o'clock game, 8 at night.
8 p.m.?
8 p.m. against Wisconsin. Connor, you remember.
Yeah.
And so I went with some people on my mom's side of the family, and we rolled up at 7 a.m. for the tailgate. So we were there for 13 hours tailgating for about – or 12 hours.
Penn State, Wisconsin? Who was Wisconsin?
Iowa versus Wisconsin. And then they did it was the black and yellow game, so every section had alternating colors. It was so cool.
You did the wave.
I did the wave,
Iowa, Cam? Do you family in Iowa?
My mom's from there originally, so.
Big wrestling fans?
No.
Oh,
shocker!
I'm the only wrestling fan in my family.
Well, like real wrestling, or
like real wrestling?
I'm talking about 2 points, man.
Like Iowa wrestling, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're big wrestling people.
Okay.
My friend CJ, who's a pilot, he went to the meet they had in Kinnick Stadium.
It was Iowa State.
And it was like, I think he said it was like, it was so cold, but it was so cool because it filled up just like a football game. There were 60,000 people.
Damn, really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wrestling's religion in Iowa. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It's
the extent of my college football days was going down to Alumni Stadium, watching BC play.
Yeah, and a half-empty stadium.
Mm-hmm. Cooking in the metal bleachers.
Oh,
remember that, Cam?
I do.
I went in November and I froze my ass off.
So we went. When did we go? It was like in November, wasn't it?
Early September. No, late September. September 25th
it was like,
or 4th.
It was like 35 degrees when we left because it was a 1 o'clock game. So we left at like 9, 10 o'clock. So we were like, I kind of bundled up, jeans, like a couple layers on top.
Jeans and a sweatshirt. That's what I wore.
And when we got there, the sun started getting real, gets hotter as the day goes on. And by game time, it was like 65 degrees. We're on the sunny side of the sunny side of the stadium.
Not a cloud in the sky.
We were cooking.
And then Connor, if you remember, every quarter took an hour.
Who'd they play?
Yeah.
They played Temple.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It was a route too, wasn't it, Cam?
It was a route. But the thing was, it was like each quarter took an hour because they had like 15 reviews for injury penalties.
It was ridiculous.
Oh, it's the worst. Let's slow
It
down
was
college hockey too right
brutal.
now.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Will, what do you think of the new refs coming in? Have you seen anything about that?
What do you mean?
He might not know.
Just announced.
Oh, the new guy?
The new head of
Oh,
officials.
I did. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I did see that. Well, I mean, it seems like a really good hire. He has
Yeah, right.
like 2,000 NHL games experience. Like,
Yeah.
It seems like almost all of them as a linesman, but still, that's
You're
guy.
officiating in the NHL. That doesn't.
Right.
It doesn't. You know.
it's pretty good. Well, I think he's from like New Hampshire, I think. I was reading up on his bio a little bit.
I did see that. Yeah, he's a New Hampshire guy.
Yeah, I
Local
guess
guy.
they're maybe thinking of just kind of cleaning shop a little bit and getting rid of a lot of the older guys and bringing in a lot of youth coming in.
Connor,
I think
there you
that
go.
could-
There's your college.
there's our-
Start taking some referee classes and get certified.
Bro, the way I can skate, I'm not going to be able to keep up with those guys. You kidding me? I can't keep up with you.
Me and you, we've never been on the ice.
Yeah, well, I know I can't keep up with you.
I don't know,
We were
but
going to be on the ice, but they closed everything down.
Yep.
There's some good guys, officials in hockey, so I hope they don't shake it
Yeah.
up too much.
Yeah,
Some good guys.
we were talking
Just
about that.
consistency
earlier,
is all I want. I could care less about.
Yeah.
If they get the same call wrong every time, at least they're consistent about it.
I won't
I
comment
just-
on that, but
too. I want a little bit more consistency when they come over to the booth and tell me, "Hey, I want to take a look upstairs. Give me 30 seconds to make an announcement over the speaker and let people know what they're looking at."
That was
Instead of
bad
just-
during the
instead
hockey
of just
East
walking
finals.
into the box.
At the women's hockey East finals this year. They were bad.
Yeah, they had like 3 reviews in the first period. That was brutal.
So, well, let's talk a little bit about your days as a play-by-play guy. How you kind of got involved in that, and you got thrown on a call of a women's game this year as
Yeah,
well
that was funny.
at
yeah,
Merrimack. Just take us through that, and what you enjoy most about when you're not doing SID work about calling games.
Yeah, the dream growing up was do NHL play-by-play for sure. But I don't know, went to college and was a journalism major there and did some play-by-play, but did more like TV stuff and other radio stuff. First job out of college was doing play-by-play and other things. And you have to be really well connected, or you have to be really, really, really good to like really move up quickly. And I didn't really have either. I would say I'm okay. But it would have been quite the grind. And it's not that I really quit on it. I just didn't really see myself going too far in it. So now I kind of do it on the side when they need me. I guess I am the e-bug emergency backup
There you go.
There you go.
for us.
Yeah.
When it's 45 minutes to puck drop and the play-by-play guy didn't know he was supposed to be there that
So
day,
for people
that's when
tuning
I come in.
for people tuning in, we're going to drop a clip of your call right here.
Making my job harder, Ian, you bastard.
Connor actually making him edit.
Come on. I like half an hour to prep. It was it was at Boston University, Merrimack, women's in was it February or something
Yep.
like that?
Yeah, something like that. First week of
Rinks like
February.
20 degrees.
Wasn't that like 5-1 or something?
Yeah, it wasn't.
No, it was a close game than that.
No,
It was
I
like
remember,
4-2.
yeah, it
actually,
was
I think it
closer.
was like 2-0, 3-0.
I'm thinking of the wrong game then.
Well, Merrimack tied the night before at Walter Brown, and it was like a big upset for them to get a point.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was like an hour to game time. We had a men's game at 7. I always get there ungodly early because I don't know what else am I doing all day.
Right.
What was it 2 o'clock puck drop? I think I'm there at like 1.
Yep.
2 o'clock
And-
Saturday, January 25th against Boston
Okay.
University. It was a
There we go.
6-3
Oh,
loss to the Terriers.
Okay. Well, they kept it close for a while. I think third period, BU kind of ran away. They had some studs on that team.
It was 3-1 Terriers heading to the third.
yeah.
Okay, I kind of ran away. But I think Gabby walked up and was like, "Hey, you want to call the game today?" I was like, "What are you talking about?"
What?
Yeah, I was about ready to settle in for the afternoon, get ready for the game, and then just got thrust right into it. But I don't know. I guess it was kind of like riding a bike. I didn't think it was that great, but whatever.
I remember going to get starters of that game, and you weren't in the press box. And like normally, you're normally not there for a women's game. And I came back with starters, and you're sitting by where the play-by-play guys. I'm like, well, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm calling the game. And I was like, all All right. What are you doing?
Just totally random.
I remember being down in the,
Get
I
it
remember
done.
being down in the box, and in between, having to make an announcement or something like that, I'd sit there and I would listen. I wanted to see how it sounded. I was
Well,
I was like 30 seconds behind, but
I think you and Sean Kucharski are both listening to. You're giving me like critiques too. It's like
no,
Walk
I
down the
wasn't.
press
haven't
box.
done
I was
this
not.
Grab
in
a
a
cup of
while.
coffee.
Like, relax.
I was
Sean
not.
critiquing? Nah, never.
That's not my. Dude, I haven't done nearly enough play-by-play to sit there and start critiquing somebody else's work.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna
Kucharski
do
has
that.
never done it, but he'll still tell you.
Well, Sean's
What a
wild.
character.
He wants to go see an Ole Miss baseball game with me next year if they allow fans. He wants to go down to Oxford with me.
Oh.
He's a big Ole Miss fan. I love it.
I feel like that he becomes a fan of a different team every day of the week.
Yeah.
Well, what's his hockey team? Is he Blue Jackets or
He's a Jets fan.
Winnipeg
Jets?
fan.
Winnipeg. How does he become a Winnipeg fan? Yeah,
Don't even ask
So
me.
Blake Wheeler was a Bruin.
Oh, yeah,
and he
that's
was
right.
favorite
For
player.
a year and a half, maybe.
And he got dealt to Winnipeg, and he's been a Winnipeg fan ever since.
He got dealt to Atlanta.
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Very
That's
true.
fair.
Before
Very true.
He was
Yeah.
in Atlanta for like 4 seasons before they became Winnipeg. Oh,
That kid, man. Keeps us on our toes, boys.
Oh,
Crazy love.
there's never a shortage of toe keeping up there with Sean around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Blake Wheeler. He was.
It was a Peverly deal.
It
Yeah,
was Beverly Deal, yeah.
yeah.
It was Wheeler and Stewart for Peverly and a pick, I think.
Yeah.
What a great deal that was.
He was
Hey,
originally
what a
drafted by Phoenix.
Hey, I'm not crowd. That's a legit what a great deal, because that was a great deal.
oh, you guys are. I know. Ian is. You guys are all Bruins fans.
No,
Yeah.
big time.
That-
Cam's fandom come
I'm half
and goes.
half.
20
Okay.
minutes to the garden from my home.
Will you accept the Stanley Cup if they do not?
No.
They don't
Yes.
consider.
Yes.
No.
Yes. I'll accept any championship they want to give us.
Nope.
Imagine if this was like football, like they just awarded the Super Bowl to the Patriots. Could you imagine if that happened?
Nope.
That'd be wild. Well, I love the idea of them
That'd be
picking up the season in mid-June. and
Summer
just making
hockey,
that-
baby.
Well, I think that would be incredible to make that the thing because what else is going on in the sports world in July?
Exactly.
And August?
Baseball.
Exactly.
Baseball.
Baseball,
That's
but
it.
it's not like it's like
Who cares about
Not
baseball
life
in
and death.
July?
Can
yeah,
you
it's the
imagine?
dog days.
Can you imagine what the viewership numbers are going to be
Oh,
for the
it'd
Red
be
Sox on Nesson if there's Bruins playoff hockey in the middle of July?
Oh, the Red Sox always survive. I think the Red Sox are the king in Boston.
Yeah, so does
At
Sean.
the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't think so, Ian? What do you think is king in Boston?
Patriots.
I think it's the Patriots now.
Not anymore.
But, when the Red Sox are good, they get fans throughout the whole summer, throughout the
Yeah.
whole season.
When the Red Sox are good, it's like it's religion. Like they've also been around like the longest. I think
Yeah.
that is a big
I'm
part
sorry,
of it.
but for me, I don't care how good. Even when the Red Sox won 100-something games a couple of years ago, games in July just
I think
Put me to
it's
sleep.
changing
it
for
put me to
sure.
sleep.
Like the past couple of years, I think going forward.
It depends who they're playing
slowly-
in the summer.
Yeah.
It's my opinion. I went to a game in June, and those games were brutal, but they were playing the Braves, and the Braves are really good, so that was a good
Yeah.
game to go to. If they're playing the Rays or the Reds,
Well, the
That
Red
one
Sox
was
don't really have a
horrible.
rival for me anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Like the Yankees, that's not a rivalry. They both won too much.
Right.
Like they need like a legit.
and they're all
like,
friends.
dust up. Yeah, they're all friends.
I think the Orioles is kind of starting to pick up, going back to the Sale Machado days. I was there the night Chris Sale threw behind Manny Machado at
Nice.
Fenway. I
If
was
he
there
was
for
if
that
he was
one.
still there,
That was great.
Yeah, Machado's gone now, though, is the problem.
Yeah.
Oh, he chasing the money, and he went to San Diego where there's no pressure. I mean,
Right. Smart.
it's
And he
his
gets to live his
401k
life
right
on a
there,
beach all day.
pretty much. Well, I think the last
life.
great Red Sox rivalry was just Bobby Valentine versus the whole team. That
Yeah.
hasn't been.
That's
drove
fair.
Euclid out of town. Drove Euclid out of town. Drove other players out of town. Traded the whole team.
Yeah.
Oh,
Won a World Series off all that though. So
Yeah, it's
I mean-
fair.
Yeah.
John Farrell came in, brought the whole thing. There
I
was,
don't
like,
think
her-
John Farrell did anything.
Ben
Yeah, but he
Cherington
came
won
in
that
and they
World
liked
Series.
him at least.
John Farrell's I'd say John Farrell's worse than Bobby Valentine because at least Bobby Valentine was out
What?
after a season.
What are
Valentine
you
was out
talking
after a
about?
season. Farrell
John
was
Farrell
just-
has a
we gotta-
ring.
We got a hot
Oh,
take
no,
for the
overrated.
intro, boys.
he was
John Farrell.
John Farrell was one of the worst Red Sox managers of all time.
Wow.
But
Hot
worse
take.
than Bobby
He won a World
Valentine?
Series.
The Red Sox finished almost dead. Did they finish dead last that year?
Yeah, they did.
Close.
Well,
Well, I
this is what we have to deal with Cam on a daily basis.
Well, I think
Hot take hotline.
the manager position for the Boston Red Sox is just like being the president of the United States, but it's accelerated by like 4 years.
Yeah.
Like, people get tired of every single president.
Right.
People get tired. I mean, people were tired of Alex Cora this past year.
Yeah.
They
I
don't
think-
want him anymore.
They don't
I
have to
remember
worry
when we
about
had-
that.
I still think we should have kept Lavello, the
Yeah, that
Diamondbacks
was-
manager. I liked him.
That would have been a great move, but it's tough. You know, you can't keep everybody.
I think the biggest critique of Bobby Valentine is that he came in after Tito.
Right. It's tough to
I
replace
just
Yeah,
that.
he was a
Chicken
god.
and beer in the dugout. Talk about no better life
Yeah.
as a baseball player. You're making millions of dollars drinking beer and eating chicken in the dugout during a game. Come
Well,
on now.
I don't know how no one saw it earlier. You watched Josh Beckett and John Lackey pitch.
Yeah.
What was it? What would that be? 2014? Or no, that'd be earlier than that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. 2011.
2011 was the
2011.
collapse.
Oh, I mean, those guys were wearing CC Sabathia type pants out
Yeah.
on the mound there. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
And they were so good in years before that, too.
Oh, unbeatable.
Yeah, the 2012 Red Sox finished 69 and 93.
Do you want to know
Nice.
you want to know what's also really funny? It's like the Red Sox traded Gonzalez and Crawford to the Dodgers, and nobody won that trade. It's like Crawford sucked there.
Adrian Gonzalez had some good seasons in LA.
Gonzalez was like the only good player, but the Red Sox traded for like Alan Webster and James Loney and like all these nobodies. It's like
Well, James
it was-
Loney won a batting title, didn't he? Like a few years after that, but
No.
not in Boston and Tampa Bay.
I don't think so.
James Loney won a batting title in Tampa Bay.
Yes, he did. He did.
Did he?
He was hitting like 350, and no one knew about it.
Because he's in Tampa.
Yeah. Tampa Bay could win 120 games, and people would be like, they
They were
forget
so
that-
good this past season, and nobody
I know.
knew.
Well, what's their young starting pitcher? That guy that throws like 98 that they
jeez.
fleeced off of the Pirates for
yeah, I
now
know,
aging
yeah.
Chris Archer.
Oh,
I can't remember.
Yeah, they absolutely fleeced the Pirates.
Shoot. Garrett Cole.
No.
Well, but that's the guy they got. That's the guy. Oh no,
Garrett Cole's on the Yankees.
he is.
Yeah, but he started in
he did.
Pittsburgh.
Tyler Glass now. That's the guy.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, he's sick.
He's a unit. Absolute stud.
I play a ton of MLB The Show. I should have got that.
Come on, Cam.
Hey,
Have you guys
let's-
been watching the was it the Players League? Is that what they call it?
no.
Charlie McAvoy and Jake DeBrusk are on at 5 p.m. tonight. They're so pretty close. Yeah, 10 minutes. They're
I
playing NHL.
I was watching the KBO. That was fun.
I'd be into that. Do you guys really care about the video game leagues? Come on.
No.
No.
No,
I need to watch
can't.
something legit. At least the Korean Baseball League is actual legit baseball.
Yeah,
But well, I mean, you can watch it because you guys are up at that time of day,
right.
1 in the morning.
No,
Mhm.
I'm up, but I'm on the verge of getting ready to pass out.
I stayed up and watched the first game. It was 1 a.m. and I'm like, you know
Cam,
what? I'll just
for
stay
the
up and watch.
Olympics, Cam, you were up at like 4 in the morning watching the hockey games. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a little different, obviously.
So was I.
but-
That's the Olympics.
And then the gold medal game, the game started at 2 a.m. We were watching it or something.
Yeah.
Connor.
Jeez. Oh, is it Sochi?
No, that was the
Pyeongchang.
Pyeongchang.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sochi,
you're
the-
staying up for the non-NHL ones?
For the women's team, for the women's gold medal.
Oh, for the
game.
women's okay. Women's okay. I didn't give a rip for the men's
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
Guys
I
like
watched,
Ryan
but I
Donato,
wasn't-
who cares?
I watched, but I wasn't upset when they didn't do anything.
Yeah,
Which
that
will
was
we-
whatever.
We had Alan Roach on the other day. He's the PA guy for the Vikings, the Colorado Avalanche. He's done 6 Olympics. He's done 12 Super Bowls.
Nice.
He was telling us about the Russia Olympics. Oh man, what a story! You'll have to go check it out.
Potent was almost going to take his head off.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good story.
jeez.
Episode
Yeah.
21.
I thought you were going to tell Will.
Have
I thought you were going to tell Will about the special message we got for me
Oh,
or
we can
y'all
tell him about
got
that too. But
for the
hold on,
podcast.
while
Yeah.
we're on the
special
subject of James Loney, today's actually his 36th birthday.
Oh,
Happy birthday.
James.
What's a special message I want to know about it?
Oh, Connor, you want to tell him?
So
I can't tell
Me-
it, so one of y'all have
me and
to.
Cameron have had a heated rivalry for a while now. So Cameron, ever since Ryan Donato has been dealt for Charlie Coyle, has despised Charlie Coyle,
Okay.
who I believe has been a terrific addition to the Boston Bruins.
Great piece in that line. Was he third
Yep.
line center? Perfect. role
Third
for
line
him.
center, and I think he's the best
Local
third line
kid.
center in the league.
Can't complain about that either.
He's scored some big goals for the Bruins in his time here, and I think he's been a great addition to the team, and I thought they could have made a deep run of the playoffs again this year. But we
Still can.
Cameron thinks Ryan Donato is better than him, and he likes Ryan Donato more, which I think is just wrong.
Well, how old is Charlie Coyle? Like 28, 29?
Yeah.
Ryan Donato's
Around
what,
there.
23?
Yeah, 23.
So I guess Ryan Donato has potential, but I think you know what you're getting with Charlie Coyle.
Yeah, but when you're
Charlie
a healthy,
Coyle made such a bigger impact. Ryan Donato would have been a healthy scratch during the Stanley Cup final run.
yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Bingo. So, we had an ongoing bet this year. Was whoever scored more goals got $10 at the end of the year.
What's it at
Coyle
right now?
was up by a couple. There's Coyle had 16, Donato had 14 or something.
Wasn't Donato in Iowa at one point this year?
Oh yeah, he's been healthy
Yeah, he
scratched
was.
up and down from the AHL. It
What
doesn't
a
that speak for
backhand.
itself?
Jeez.
Hey, he's still close. I'll take it.
Why do you love Ryan Donato so much?
I just after watching Shirelli, or not Shirelli, after watching Claude not play the young guys so long, and then Bruce comes in and he finally starts playing the young players. You start to root for him a little bit. And I liked his play during the Olympics, and I'm like, dang, this kid's really young.
Well, that's the thing with
You
Donato.
liked his
Donato-
play during the Olympics
Donato scored 4 goals in the Olympics. Then he came to Boston. He scored
against
goals in,
Yeah.
the
straight
best
games.
Euro leagues in the what?
That's the other
Olympics,
thing you
come
got
on.
to take into consideration here, Will. Right? Is he
that
lit,
third line
lit
for
it up
Team
at the
USA was the only good line in the entire
he
team.
lit it up at an Olympics.
It was
with no
Greenway,
NHL
Donato, and
stars.
some other college kid.
I mean, those Olympics were essentially the Spengler Cup.
Pretty much.
Come on.
So we during this quarantine we've been really bored. So me and Ian got to thinking, and we went on Cameo, and Charlie Coyle's on there. So
Really?
we got some government funds and sacked up the cash and got Charlie Coyle to tell Cam to suck it.
Is that what you use for the was it Trump bucks? Is that what we're calling it? Or
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So Uncle Sam funded Charlie Coyle to tell Cameron to
How
suck
much
it,
did that
which
cost
was
you?
great. It's 70 beans?
70 beans.
70
They all-
bucks?
They
Yeah.
also got
We also got
Tony Maz to do it.
Tony Maz, yeah, which was great.
Hey,
How-
anything for the page views.
How long was the clip for 70 bucks?
It was like
2 minutes.
like two and a
minutes.
half minutes.
Oh, that's
almost.
not bad. That's
it was
not bad.
It was a lengthy one.
He started
guys-
out. He goes, "Hey, it's Charlie Coyle from the Boston Bruins."
I don't like that.
I probably don't like me saying that, Cam, but and then he went on and did the whole thing.
You guys
It-
use your money very differently than I am right now. I'll say that.
And he
That's
also,
the only thing I've spent on in this quarantine.
Okay.
He also
The Tony Maz one was hilarious, though.
Yeah. When Maz did the suck at Cam, he goes, "You know what? I'm gonna see if I can try and get Felger to say that to Cam Neely when he comes in one time." Yeah, that was great. But yeah, no, the Charlie Coyle one was funny because he built it up, whatever, and then he threw a little bit of shade in there too because he goes, I was just a part of that trade, and
I didn't do it.
Don Sweeney won General Manager of the Year that year as well too. So
Oh, that was awesome.
yeah, it was good. It was a good laugh. Yeah, it was a good laugh.
Yeah,
what
that's-
else? Oh,
That's the long story on the Charlie Coyle, which Cameron's now a Charlie Coyle fan ever since then.
yeah,
So-
I know.
How
We've
can I
converted
not?
him.
How can I not respect that? How can I not respect that?
Fair enough.
What else you been spending your surplus checks on? Or is it not surplus, stimulus checks?
I just bought stuff for work over the summer at the golf course from when it rains. Not a whole lot. I mean,
Yeah.
coffee, groceries,
Cameo.
Can't.
bonus
What
storage,
else?
Video
bonus
games?
storage on our Google Drive.
Yeah. What else? I'm trying to save as much as I can because student loans are kicking in soon.
That's what I was going to say. That's the move.
Yeah. A proper podcast, Mike. That's really the only other big thing that I've spent on.
Yeah.
Well, you guys, I'm sure you'll have a fun 6 months after you graduate. After that, Uncle Sam is just going to absolutely jam his foot
Right up the keister.
Yeah, they don't care that the economy is at an all-time low.
No.
They still want their money, and there's like no jobs out there too. They could care less.
No, the first 6 years out of college are awesome. You're absolutely buzzing. You have some money in your pocket, and then it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, not looking forward to that. I was making some phone calls yesterday trying to figure out ways to start consolidating my student loans.
It's a good move.
It's good though because since all these bars and stuff have been closed, I've actually saved a ton of money. So that's good because this is a big time. You know, Bruins or Celtics usually in the playoffs, going out to bars, watching games and stuff. But it's been sitting on my ass, so I got.
Beauchesne, I didn't know about this place. I'm sure you know about it. Have you ever heard of Spigot River Brewing?
Oh yeah.
The place is literally not even 2 blocks from my apartment.
It's a stone's throw from your apartment.
We went on a casual walk the other day, the girlfriend and I, and I'm like, what are these lights in like this cool little place? We turn the corner, and it's just they're selling cans. It's unreal. We got a 4-pack. It's delicious. I might go tonight. It's unbelievable.
Nice.
It's great.
It's so good. I had no clue it was there. It was unreal. The logo is crazy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. That's half the battle with brewery beer, right? Is you got to get a good can.
Got to have a cool logo, but absolutely delicious IPA too. So good.
How's the neighbor? How's the Reekster?
Oh, she hasn't been around.
No?
She's been with her boyfriend in Natick, her boyfriend's mother, that family.
Oh, okay.
I know, it's too bad. We, I was hoping to have some 6 feet away beers with her, but too bad. No, but we've been checking out all that Lawrence has to offer. We've been walking by the Clatta pub here and there.
Oh, the Clatta.
Yeah. So
the Clatta.
Must be weird with all the Merrimack kids not there.
I know it's still standing. Hopefully she can return one day.
Oh, she'll be back in all her glory. Don't you fellas worry.
As soon as they get the liquor license back.
Glory. So there's a Chinese restaurant like down the street from my house, Tahiti, that has been saying it's going out of business for like 2 years just to get people to keep coming. And I actually think now because of this quarantine, Tahiti is finally going to be going out of business. It's been like my family's been going there for years. Like my grandma went there when she was young.
We went after Game 3.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have went there after Game 3, Cameron, to be honest.
Yeah, they gave us the wrong friggin' bill. And we
No, I don't think they gave us the wrong bill.
Hold on. If they gave you the wrong bill, did you pay more or pay less than you expected?
So here's what they do.
Less and don't complain.
So
it was not less.
Okay.
I paid more. I had a lot of cash on me.
When drunk fools come into their restaurant late at night, they know that they can kind of – so they write on the check. It's not like printed. And they scribble. So when you're drunk, you're just like, oh, it's $100. Everybody come on. So they bump it up like $20-$30, probably more than it should be, I would imagine. So
Connor, are you speaking from some personal experience?
Yeah, you guys are kind of outing yourself right now.
I think I was the only sober person at the table.
You're always the only sober person at a table, Cam.
It was Game 3 of the Cup final. Bruins won like 7-2. It was time to be alive, and then ever since then, life's gone downhill. Coronavirus.
So, Will, do you have any plans to hit up a golf course anytime soon?
I don't know. I had a buddy text me this morning as soon as it got lifted. He wants to play, but I don't think I'll feel really comfortable going out until they start lifting like other stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just feels kind of weird still. Like even going
Give it
to
a couple more weeks.
Yeah, a couple more weeks. Like even going to the grocery store is just stressful and weird. Like you can't look at anybody. You have to go. It's one
People
way
hate
down the
each
aisles.
other more than ever.
Oh, I'm normally a smile at people, like sometimes wave kind of guy, Maynard. But I don't do it anymore ever. No.
I'm lucky that my parents. I'm lucky that my parents can go grocery shopping out on the military base. You know, I don't think that's as crowded.
Actually, awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, just walking the dog or something in the neighborhood. I mean, you see some person walking on the same side of the sidewalk, you cross the street. It's crazy.
I know. It's bizarre. We've been we'll go for runs around the neighborhood, and we'll have like the it's not handkerchief. What's it called? The bandana.
There we go.
and we'll have it around the neck. And if someone walks by, we'll pull it up.
Right up. Yep.
Yeah, right up. Because you don't want to be that guy or girl that doesn't have it on. I mean,
No.
you don't want to be that person. You're kidding.
Ian,
Oh, what?
Come at me. I don't care.
Oh,
Mister,
But
I
Beauchesne,
don't have a mask.
Have you like gone into grocery stores without a mask on?
Yeah.
You're
Madman.
you're out of
Madman.
your mind.
Until I am told by an authority figure, face to face, 6 feet away though, that I have to wear a mask. I'm
so not face to face.
It's the law in Lawrence right now. It's a $300.
I'm not
fine.
in Mass.
Oh, he's in
He's
New
in New
Hampshire.
Hampshire.
Oh, and New Hampshire's opening up now too.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
All right.
You're full in Massachusetts if you don't wear a mask.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not in Mass, and if I'm in Mass, I'm driving to my house, getting out of my car, going in the house, staying, getting back in the car, and whoop,
Back to New Hampshire.
that's all I'm doing.
It's a tough life, pal.
I will say there's one really good thing that's come out of the quarantine. We've been double dipping. We'll do Market Basket and Target in Methuen. And there's a
move.
great move.
Oh,
There's a Chick-fil-A right there. I've never
Yes.
gotten Chick-fil-A before. We go
No.
twice a week now.
Oh, it's
Oh
incredible.
boy.
It's unreal. She's from down south. She's lived in Florida. She's like, I don't know how you haven't gotten this before.
No, it's the
And
best.
We just
The
crush
last
it now.
hockey game we worked, we went and got Chick-fil-A. Remember that, Con?
Yep.
Or second
do.
last.
No, it was the
Oh, it's too good.
it was after. No, yeah, it wasn't
Hockey
second last.
wasn't it hockey?
Hockey
It was
championships.
semifinal. After the semis, we went and got it with Cam.
What's the
Other
go-to
camp.
order? Will, what do you get?
Well, truth be told, we'll go there a lot after dinner and get their ice cream.
Yeah.
Their ice cream is unreal, so
Yep.
smooth.
Mhm.
But I've only had a meal there once, and I was instructed to get just the chicken sandwich classic,
Yep.
waffle fries, and I had a nice little high C with it.
Nice.
Oh, that's the best
High
part
C's
about it.
tough
like
to
their-
find.
I like their lemonade.
Yeah.
Lemonade's good.
Very nice.
What are your thoughts on Chick-fil-A sauce?
Oh, it's unreal. It
Yeah,
was
okay.
incredible. I was
I feel
afraid
like
they didn't give
people
me more.
either really love it or they hate it. So
I think
I'll
they need
judge
more pickles, to be honest. I think I got one pickle. I feel like I was being
skimping on
skimped
you.
Yeah, I was like, come on, give me at least 2 or 3 here. I'm a pickle guy.
Big pickle guy. There you go. Well, what's one thing you're looking forward to getting back after all this is said and done? What's the
Getting
one
back?
thing you miss the most?
Just interacting with, more people on a daily basis. Like it was nice being in the office. That'll be nice. Maine has kind of like a step-by-step plan right now, and that includes reopening all bars on July 1st.
Oh,
right
Going to
time
Maine,
for the Fourth.
baby.
Yeah, 4th of July might be a fun one. Going back to
You got
Maine.
any room up there?
The Maine
Yeah, we'll
lane?
hit up Old Orchard Beach. Let's go.
No, you got to go to
Oh.
Portland. No.
No.
We got to go to the Old Port in Portland. That's the place to go. Old Orchard Beach, not so much. Not terrible, but not as
Old
good.
Orchard's
Not
where you
Portland.
Old Orchard's where you want to go if you want to run into all the Quebecois coming down.
It's true. It's a big francophone area.
Yeah.
Big francophone area.
If you've been to the Old Port, you guys are pretty new in your 21-year-oldness. Not so much Ian, but
I'll be
the-
25 in
old man
October.
on
Yeah.
campus.
the Old Port is incredible.
Yeah,
So
good
make sure
breweries
to
and stuff
get
up there,
there.
right? Restaurants and stuff.
Great breweries, great bars. Most restaurants per capita in the U.S. Portland, Maine. Little fun
Not a
fact
big
for
deal.
you. Yeah.
Group
Yeah,
trip
that's
up
good.
over the summer once everything's open, boys.
Oh, it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal. Yeah.
Beers on Uncle Sam.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
Uncle Sam? Well, I won't give any free advertising to the bar in Portland, but I hope to have my ashes spread there one day. This bar has $1.50 Miller High Lifes
Oh God.
all day, every day, and they get a deal with like a local brewery every week, where it's essentially like a craft beer. It was like a sour once, which is usually like $8 per beer, $1.25. So
Holy smokes!
It's unreal. Old school pub. They got darts and everything. What are the things where like you throw it on the sand? Like the long
Oh
Yeah.
like almost like a shuffleboard.
shuffleboard.
Kind of thing.
They
Yeah.
got that going on. Great. They got sports. They got the Red Sox on every night in the summer.
Yes.
I hope to be buried there one day. It's incredible.
Love
It's
that.
unreal.
We'll
Yeah.
get the name after we stop recording.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a good time, Will. We appreciate you joining us.
For sure, boys.
Friend of the pod, Will Leblond, joining us here. We hope life gets back to normal sooner rather than later. And
Yeah.
stay safe out there.
Same to you guys. Hope to see you guys soon. Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be back on Titletown Takes after this. All right. Big thanks to our good friend Will for joining us, making some time out of his busy schedule. I know. I say busy with the air quotes around it. But fellas, good conversation.
Oh, dude, come on! Always a good conversation with Wilski. It's to get a couple, good couple places to go on. Whenever any of us are up in Portland, Maine, got a couple places to go now.
Whenever stuff opened back up again.
That's very true.
It was also funny to hear his perspective on the press box during hockey games this year.
Oh yeah.
So that was good. Yeah, good conversation for sure.
What's Tess barking at over there? Is she's agreeing with you about spots in Portland?
I mean, she barks at everything. Here's the thing with Boston recently is there's fireworks every single night.
Dude,
so
I have the same thing here in Lawrence. There have been fireworks going off every night.
Can't relate.
People are losing it. So she gets awfully angry once fireworks go off. It's the sky shooting at her or something. I don't know.
So, all right. Cam wants to talk a little NASCAR, so we're going to send it over to him for some NASCAR news. And when I looked the other day, I didn't see my guy finishing up that high in the rankings. So I don't think I'm going to like the news coming out of Cam's.
The race at Atlanta this week? Yeah. It was such a boring race, I didn't bother to pay attention. I watched the first half. It was boring. Those mile-and-a-half tracks of this damn package are terrible. Just god-awful. I don't recommend it anybody. But they're racing a short track on Wednesday. Wednesday. So that should be exciting. They're racing to Martinsville. But, it's hard to talk about the race when I didn't really watch it. But I'll give you the results. Kevin Harvick won again. His second win since the restart. So he's probably been one of the most consistent drivers out there since this restart. Kyle Busch in second, Martin Truex Jr. third, Ryan Blaney fourth, Denny Hamlin in fifth, Kurt Busch sixth, Jimmy Johnson in seventh, still looking for that win. Chase Elliott eighth, Brian Keselowski, that's his brother, Brad Keselowski ninth, Joey Logano 10th, Austin Dillon in 11th, and then Connor's guy, Matt Kenseth, finished in 15th place. So,
woof.
Another tough loss for Connor.
Who was the 42 car before he went all racist on everybody?
Jimmy
Kyle
Johnson.
Larson.
Oh,
No.
What?
Sorry.
I'd hope Jimmy Johnson isn't a racist. That would suck.
I forgot Johnson was the 48.
Yeah. Kyle Larson was in the 42 car. Look, man,
He
you
did
picked the 42.
He did better than this fool, whoever I got now.
Well, man, at least the fool now doesn't say the N-word like the word the.
Yeah,
I pity the fool.
Yeah, exactly.
How are you going to get fired on your day off?
True. It was not even a real race when he said it.
Yeah, so, NASCAR's been in the news lately. They want to get rid of the Confederate flag at races. Bubba Wallace, the only African-American driver, is going to run a Black Lives Matter paint scheme at Martinsville Wednesday, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
It's actually a sick looking car too. NASCAR, and then they put out their NASCAR for everybody. The you can play initiatives, that stuff. They put that out. So NASCAR is looking for that good PR in a time where you need it. No complaints about that, and if people have complaints, they can stop watching because we won't miss them at all. So that's my opinion.
That is a cool looking car. You're right.
Yeah, kind of maybe you could throw it in there during the editing, but and then I like on the front it has the black or person of color and then a white guy holding doing the put the hands out, they hold. Yeah, and that's like, regardless of what your opinions are, we're all in this together, for better or for worse. Things are a lot easier when we're on each other's side.
Damn straight.
But, not much for NASCAR. Wednesday will be great. Hopefully that race will be much better. And then Cam's Corner will be back. Hopefully we'll be back eventually when there's a wrestling event on Sunday. So we'll be watching that. I'll get my opinions on that. Maybe we'll get some other opinions on that as well. So, I mean, that's your abbreviated Cam's – not even a Cam's Corner. It was a Cam's report.
There we go. Cam's report. Loved it.
All right, fellas, let's go from the hot top to the ice rink. NHL players are back in rinks, fellas, and I know I sent the picture to you guys yesterday. I saw it on Twitter. The Oilers just standing around one of the face-off circles, just passing to each other, doing some sort of drill. But, man, it was a beautiful sight to see hockey players back out on the ice.
I'll tell you, man. I'll tell you. It's just like you sent it to us, Ian, and it genuinely just made me smile. It was just genuine, pure joy and happiness just to see players and their equipment on the ice. When's the last time we saw that? It's been over 3 months since we've actually seen players on ice playing hockey together. It's been a very long time, and it's a good sign. It's a very good sign of things to come.
So the CBC up in Canada, they were at the Leafs facility today, and they talked to John Tavares when he got off of the ice. Tavares said the intensity is there. There's a ton of benefit. There's no doubt. But just to give you an example, after I brought my sticks home so I could tape them up, save time at the rink. He said even for guys to get some manual therapy.
I hate that's friggin' news. Who cares where he tapes his friggin' stick?
Well, he brought it. Well, yeah. I don't know.
Is that really worth a tweet, TSN?
But,
anybody's looking for news right now. Just come on, man. Respect the game.
I tape my stick at home. Nobody cares.
Tavares went on to say even for guys to get some manual therapy after developing some soreness on the ice, the windows for treatment are fairly small in order to keep people coming and going safely. He said overall the actual work we were able to get in here and being out on the ice and in the gyms is going to go a long way in helping us prepare and get ready to return. 6 other Leafs, Zach Hyman, Alex Kerfoot, William Nylander, Morgan Riley, Travis Dermott, and minor league goalie Joseph Wall made up the other members of the group, confirmed to have hit the ice for the session that was closed to media, actually. So this quote from Tavares came in a media call he did after. So there's a lot of excitement from guys to get back and a little bit of what we were used to, going back to the rinks and seeing each other.
So they're going to have a little bit more than 2 months before actual play begins.
Yeah.
About a month and a half.
About a month and a half.
Yeah.
Because I believe, well, we still haven't gotten the official word yet, so we're still waiting on that. But I believe Bettman said the plan for training camp and whatnot is to start like the third week of July.
Yep. I have the date here. Hold on. It's July 10th. Is the first date that it can start.
That's if everything goes to plan, too.
Correct.
The other thing, fellas, that we haven't talked about is that Canada, they're not letting anybody into the country that's not already in there.
That's why, they're talking about all these teams that the locations of, the quarantine cities that they could play in. It's like you're not gonna be able to use Canada if you can't get in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. I can't see that they'll go that much longer without choosing. I would say by the end of June we're gonna have.
Well, I know
where our host cities are gonna be.
I know we talked about it on here before, right? The Prime Minister Trudeau and President Trump have come out and said that they want to keep the U.S.-Canada border closed at least for another week.
Yeah.
I believe June 14th or 15th, somewhere around there, was when they were looking to maybe make a decision on possibly opening up the border between the U.S. and Canada. But, right, we're looking at it, and as far as playoff teams are concerned, you got the Maple Leafs, the Canadians,
in
The
the
Oilers,
Eastern
the Flames.
Conference.
The Jets.
And out
The
west,
Jets.
you got the Jets, Oilers,
The Flames.
Flames, and the Canucks.
Yeah.
So
Is that every Canadian team made it?
Except
No,
Except
Ottawa.
the Senators.
So 6 out of the 7 Canadian teams are in the playoffs. What happens to the
Playoffs.
players that went home? No, stop it, Cam. We're going to have playoff hockey.
No, I mean, like, if you don't make it out of the prelim, you don't make it in my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay, but at least my point here being is what happens to the players that went home
Right.
when the league
Finland,
when the league was shut down?
wherever it
Finland,
is.
Sweden,
Yeah.
Russia.
Europe.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
These owners have private jets. They'll figure out a way.
Well, it's also
The borders are closed. What happens? You got to clear customs when you report back into another country.
so
when
like
you're coming from somewhere else.
Canadian players that went back to Canada can't get back into America.
Yeah.
So it's like,
They'll create special discompensation.
That's kind.
I have a feeling that they will too, Cam. I think there's going to be some kind of
I have no reason to panic unless they give me a reason to do it.
and
enough.
like we said, it's like a week, right? Like they're planning on keeping it shut for like a week or 2 more.
Also, this is a week-to-week basis thing. So
Yeah. So I tend to agree with Cam here, where I think that it will be figured out. Jeez, putting you to sleep, buddy? Jeez.
I'm tired, man.
I feel you. Way to the world.
Sit in my nice comfy chair.
So, fellas, we got some other news. This one coming from the MLB and the MLB PA. Both sides there are flipping each other the Freedom Rocket.
Yeah, boo. MLB
Ooh,
stinks.
MLB sucks. The players suck.
So-
The owners suck.
Literally an hour
F 'em
ago,
all.
the MLB PA proposed an 89 game season. The most recent news is coming from Jeff Passan of ESPN. So the Major League Baseball Players Association is making a proposal to MLB for a season of 89 games with a full prorated salary and expanded playoffs. Would bring sides closer to a potential deal because it is 25 games fewer than the union's last proposal of 114 games at full pro rate. The MLB on Monday proposed a 76-game season in which the MLB PA told them to go pound sand. The newest MLB PA proposal would have the season start July 10th and end on October 11th. A source confirms to ESPN. It would also expand the postseason to 16 teams. So that would be 8 in each league for 2020 and 2021.
Okay, then.
Screw off.
Fellas, if baseball doesn't get something done in like the next week,
They're
Not
done.
good.
kiss it goodbye.
Not good.
Kiss it goodbye.
At
No.
least this season.
They had a chance to be the heroes, and now no one cares. So,
Because
Now
we're
they're
looking
gonna
at
be
like
zero.
lockout territory now.
in the words of DJ Khaled, congratulations, you played yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were on
I
thin
don't really-
ice to begin with, playing normally.
Well, you guys see what the friggin' players union did to Scott Boras?
No.
He was given compensation or whatever to his
Yep.
minor league prospects who he has under his wing that he takes care of,
Oh.
and they were saying, no, you can't pay them. So you have to donate your money to. So he's giving his money to charity, but it's like, why? Like, these minor league guys need it more than your
Yeah.
friggin' pampered asses do. I don't care if you're Mike Trout or Michael Chavis making $400 million or $800,000. You're all ball players. You all have the same damn job. You all do the same thing.
Yep.
There's no difference.
True.
How about you look out for your fellow player? That like everyone's like getting on the owners. It's like the players don't care about their fellow player. The owners don't care
True.
about the players, but the players don't care about their fellow player. So
Let 'em
screw
know,
them both.
Cameron.
Screw them both. They both suck.
Talk that smoke, boy.
Go to hell.
Yeah.
Wham. I can't get paid my $350 million contract. Some of these guys can't afford to put food on the friggin' table.
True.
And they play
They
the
do it
game
for the
because they
love of the
love
game.
it. They play the game because they love it, and maybe, just maybe, they'll get a shot. So get off your damn high horse And if the agent or whoever wants to help out these players, shut up and let them do it. It's not your decision to make.
Damn straight. Well said.
I really don't care either way. To me, baseball is boring. I'm not going to lose any sleep over whether baseball starts in a week or baseball doesn't come back till next spring.
Never, ever again. MLB closes down.
Don't care. Do not care. I couldn't care less.
It's something to do in the summer because there's no other sports on.
The only thing baseball is good for me is helping me fall asleep on the couch at 8:30 at night.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
It just starts the sleep process for me. That's all it's good for.
You know what is coming back, boys?
UFC, baby.
UFC. Well, UFC's been back.
UFC.
What they were
UFC
talking
Fight
about
Island.
Fight
Fight
Island.
Island.
Tuesday, June 9th. Dana White, UFC president, revealed to ESPN on First Take that his mysterious Fight Island, he finally named it. It's located on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi of the United Arab Emirates. The island will help the company promote some of its international athletes who have had a hard time entering the United States because of travel restrictions caused by the coronavirus pandemic. The UFC will host 4 events on Fight Island starting next month, with UFC's 251 pay-per-view on July 11th. UFC Fight Night cards will take place on July 15th, 18th, and 25th. So we're going to have 4 fights in July, and they're all going to come within the span of 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Cool. I'm into it.
The UFC.
It'll feature 3 championship bouts. According to White, a welterweight title bout between Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns will be a headline. The card will also feature a featherweight bout, title rematch between Alex Volkanovski.
You're the PA guy. Don't ask us.
Volkanovski. Sorry, there we go. And Max Holloway and Peter Yan will take on Jose Aldo for the vacant bantamweight championship.
Sweet.
Aldo.
So that'll be a pretty good fight, fellas.
Yeah.
All without Conor McGregor, who recently announced his retirement again.
Khabib ain't fighting?
No.
Not as of yet. But fellas, speaking of McGregor, did you see the shot that Floyd took at him?
Yeah.
McGregor didn't really retire. I'm not believing it.
No, I believe he's coming back.
Yeah.
He's getting his headlines because there's nothing to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's all.
He did this because he did it once or twice before. So
he's
why
gonna
should I
come
believe
out
it
of
now?
retirement and he's gonna fight Khabib at something next year or something. It's gonna be a huge money fight, and that's Conor's.
He'll fight Cerrone. He'll fight Cerrone again.
Yeah, he's a great boxer, UFC fighter, whatever you want to call it. But
he's going to WWE, man.
He's also a great marketing genius too. He knows how to work the crowd, and he knows how to pull the views over too. So
he got us to buy the show.
He's no idiot.
He's going to WF. What are you talking about? Or WWE?
WWF. What century are we in now? Christ.
It was WWF in 02,
fellas,
so it was still 21st century.
A little bit more on this. The designated area of Yas Island that will make up Fight Island includes an arena, hotel, training facilities, and dining establishments per the UFC.
Well, I'd hope so.
It'll also include a, quote, safety zone of 10 square miles in which the only people permitted will be athletes, coaches, UFC staff, and very limited personnel.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, that is good.
So for anybody out there that's planning on buying a plane ticket to go over to
UAE.
the UAE, forget about it because you're not getting in. White went on to say, we're literally just going to Yas Island right now to pull off these fights because the hardest thing to do right now is get people into the country from other parts of the world. We are truly a global business. We are the only ones that are pulling off live sports right now. And if I can continue to do fights in the United States, I'm going to burn out all of my American talent. So now we've got Yas Island ready to go. It is set up. A training octagon will, in fact, be set up on the beach, as White had said in the previous interview.
That's awesome.
UFC has had strong ties to Abu Dhabi and specifically
I think they had a fight there recently.
dating back to its first live event there in 2010. Flash Entertainment, an Abu Dhabi entity, at one point held a 10% stake in the UFC before the company's $4 billion sale in 2016. The UFC has held 3 events at Yas Island and in 2019 signed a 5-year deal to hold annual cards there.
That oil money pays, man.
The most recent event was last September, headlined by Khabib Nurmagomedov and Dustin Poirier. So,
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Stay tuned for UFC. When is this planned to be?
July 11th.
Wow, so a month away.
Maybe we'll get together and watch the show.
251. I definitely.
Hell
down.
yeah, boys. Hell yeah.
Let me look at the calendar.
Could
here
potentially be even in phase 3 at that point. Be
I know.
real open.
So that would be.
Let's see what day of the week July.
That's a
11th is.
Saturday.
Saturday? Oh, fellas, I'm so down.
Saturday,
I am
July
so
11th.
down. Connor,
We could have like indoor establishments maybe back.
get a
by that
projection. No, we go to your house. Get a projection screen. Do it out in your little gazebo there.
point. Yeah, now we're talking.
Oh, that's a night.
Now we're talking.
Especially
Couple
where
extra seats out there.
especially where I don't usually work on Sundays.
Woohoo! Couple pots too. Yeah, has to happen.
Has to happen.
All right, but let's not waste any more time here, boys. Do we know what time it is?
I know what time it is. Wickers?
Oh, wow.
You know
Second
what time?
time
No,
ever.
do you know what time it is?
I know what time it is. It's time
Like, is-
for the bag of fun. Bag of fun. Everybody's ready for the bag of fun. Question of the quarantine. Ian, what do we got?
Well, fellas, we started off the episode talking about golf. We had a nice little foursome ourselves, the 3 of us and the senior Powell brother.
Yes, very senior, old man Jenkins.
Oh. But anyways, with that being said, today's bag of fun, question of the quarantine. If you could go golfing in a foursome with any other 3 people,
Oh,
who would it be? So with that in mind,
do they have to
I'm
be
gonna-
living?
For the sake of this question, yes.
Damn it. Okay.
Yes. For the sake of this question, yes.
You guys
Because
have a hard on for people
realistically-
living.
Because realistically, if they were dead, I think we would all say like Arnold Palmer.
That's what I was
It
going
would
to say.
have.
Yeah.
Would have
Wait,
to
Arnold
be-
Palmer's dead?
Yeah, he died in 2016.
Yeah, you didn't know that, dude.
No, he was going to be one of my answers. All right.
I would have got house drinking Arnold Palmies on the golf course.
So, all right, we'll throw it over to Connor.
Oh man,
You get to go first. I'm putting you on the spot.
So the first person that came to mind was Brooks Koepka for me.
Go Knowles, baby, go Knowles.
Just because I suck at driving, and I would love to just watch him drive a ball like 350, straight down the piss. I'd love to get some pointers from him. He's also like a funny guy. He's gone on some Barstool podcasts and stuff. So that could be fun. And then, I mean, you have to pick Tiger, right? You can't not.
Well, hold on. Are you doing all PGA guys? I was just thinking you could literally go golfing with anybody. It doesn't have to be all
With
professional
anybody?
tour
Oh,
guys.
okay.
Yeah, I
That
wasn't going to
changes
do it.
things. Okay.
Like I'm gonna put. I have one guy in there.
Yeah, right. You want a real golfer, right, to learn some things, actually. All right. Bill Burr. I'd like to go golfing with Bill Burr. I feel like that would be really fun. Because he'd get just as pissed as I would, and it'd be a whole spit fest. That'd be really funny. So that's 2. One more. Patrice Bergeron. Just because that's like, if we hit an 18, that's like 4 hours with Patrice Bergeron. I'd pick him I'd be in his cart, so we'd just be shooting the shit the whole time. Like,
Well, no, not right now. You'd have to be in separate carts.
yeah, that's true.
You get 2
But
by 2 per
let's-
card.
Let's say this is a perfect world, and I can just pick Patrice Bergeron's brain for 4 hours. That'd be great. So Patrice Bergeron, Brooks Koepka, and Bill Burr. That's my 3.
Okay. Wickers? You ready, or do you want me to go?
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm gonna play golf with Charles Barkley.
Oh,
Nice.
you stole. I
Chuck?
was gonna put him in.
You got to play with Chuck, and then you got to play with an athlete that is cool but also knows how to play golf. So we got to play with Tony Romo,
Oh God.
Ooh.
and then
Okay.
I'm gonna play with. I'd love to see Zdeno Chara swing a golf club.
It's probably super awkward.
So I'm gonna take Big Z.
Probably
Okay.
pretty similar to watching me try and golf.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, Charles Barkley, Tony Romo, and Big Z.
Wickers went the entirely athlete route.
Yeah, man. You telling me you
Okay.
wouldn't want to spend 5+ hours with Charles Barkley? That's terrible.
All right, fair enough. Beach,
Okay.
we got.
All right. I'm going with a guy from the tour. I'm going with Ricky Fowler.
Okay.
I'm a big Ricky guy. As far as like golfers, I'd go Tiger, Ricky, Brooks. Those are my top three.
Good list.
Witt, I'd love to go golfing with
That's
Witt.
a good one.
I'd love
Witt
to go
dog.
golfing with Witt.
Because he's
just
good too. He could probably
he's,
give you a couple
he's another
pointers.
guy that knows how to play, but also, he'd bring the pink wit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Be
Be getting housed.
He'd bring the pink wit, so that there'd be plenty of that on
Some
deck.
good banter.
Great banter, and
Yeah.
I'm sure there'd be some great stories there as well.
Mhm.
And then my third guy, I'd like you went with a comedian. I was thinking the same thing as well. Bring someone that'll just keep the mood light and
Yeah.
funny. Bert Kreischer.
Ah, nice. The machine.
Yeah, the machine. I am the machine.
Yeah, it's good.
So,
Love it.
Ricky, Bert Kreischer, and Witt. Those are
There you
my.
go.
That would be my my ideal force. Now, fellas, let's add another spin on this. A good golf course. You want to throw a golf course into this as well? Like,
I mean, Augusta. If we're picking any golf.
We already
course.
did this.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm okay.
Pebble
I'm
Beach.
thinking out. I'd go to like Whistling Straits
Granite
in
Links.
Wisconsin. Granite. All right.
Coming to me, baby. Everyone's got to come to me.
Hold on. I'm trying to think. Chambers Bay out in Washington too. That's another. Great
Washington
one.
State.
Yeah, out in the
Ooh.
Pacific.
Wow.
Pacific
Okay.
Northwest. It overlooks the Puget Sound.
Wait, where do they?
It's
What's
an
the
unreal
course?
They hosted the 2015 U.S. Open.
What's the course
On-
in Hawaii that they always do a PGA event at?
Hold on. Let me look.
It's a great question, Cameron.
Is it
That's why
Oahu?
you get paid the big bucks.
Uh,
You get paid the big bucks.
It would be the Sony. Yeah, I believe it's the Sony tour that you're talking about.
Yep.
That is held. Just gotta wait for this to load.
That Lawrence Wi-Fi, baby.
Course isn't listed.
Why don't you just Google Hawaiian golf course?
Do you know how many golf courses there are in Hawaii?
Hawaiian PGA golf course. Waialae?
YLA.
Yeah, probably.
Waialae golf course.
I'll play
That
there.
place, that
There we
place
go.
looks unreal too.
It looks like
That's
an
probably
unreal course.
that's probably where it was, because when I went to Hawaii, I mean, the Aloha Stadium's in Honolulu,
There we go.
Honolulu, and I remember I was going there, and they were month play January. I went in January, so there you go. They were setting it up actually when I was going.
Cool. All right, boys. That's our show, episode 29 in the books. What do you say, Cameron? Out of pocket, out of sight?
In the pocket, out of sight.
Fellas, before we go, I do want to drop a little bit of news, though. We're going to have another reoccurring guest with us.
Yes, that's true.
Next week.
Yep.
Mike Sarge Riley from 98.5 The Sports Hub and Wrestling Inside the Ropes podcast on 98.5 The Sports Hub will be joining us, so it'll be interesting to get his thoughts again. And I know Cameron brought this up. There's an event coming up this weekend, so we're hoping to get him on. Ideally after the event, so we can let Cameron have
It's on
his,
Sunday, so
wrestling, so we can
Talk
have his
some
wrestling
wrestling.
takes, some wrestling.
Yep.
But yeah, Sarge will be joining us here again on the pod, and fellas, we may even have a Kowloon trip in the works as well.
Which maybe we can do a live podcast from Kowloon.
that'd be something.
Or just some sort of
That'd be something.
Yeah, that'd be fun. With Sarge, come on. My tie's
Yeah.
flowing. Woo-hoo-hoo.
wow, boy, Mai Tais and squat balls.
Oh, yeah. You gotta.
All right, fellas, this is another good one. Any closing thoughts?
Stay safe out there, people. We're not quite out of this. So just be smart. And, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, with phase 2, things are starting to reopen. Don't start going crazy.
Yeah.
Still use caution and everything like that when you're going out and gonna be around people. If you can't social distance, bring a mask.
Wear a mask.
Yeah. And also, as Cam says, be nice to each other.
Yeah, that is big.
Be good to each other, yes.
Yeah.
And my closing thought, I may have put up a 60, but no one can take away my 250 drive down the fairway.
True.
That was true. You piped that one.
Yeah.
So
That was
all
the
right,
only one I
fellas.
hit further than your brother, Connor. I take great pride in that.
Yeah.
So
All right, fellas. That was a good note to end on. So, for my co-hosts, Connor Powell, Cameron Urbowicz, I'm Ian Beauchesne. Lights out. Good night.
I'm gonna tell you a story.